Hey YouTubers, it's Jeff Nadolny coming out with episode 4, the Kelly Hopkinsville Encounter. The Kelly Hopkinsville Encounter, aka Hopkinsville Goblins Case, Kelly Green Men Case, was claimed close encounter with extraterrestrial beings in 1955 near Kelly and Hopkinsville in Christian County, Kentucky. UFOologists regard it as one of the most significant and well-documented cases in the history of UFO incidences. While skeptics say the reports were due to the effects of excitement, the misidentification of natural phenomenon such as meteors and owls, psychologists have used the alleged incident as an academic example of pseudoscience to help students distinguish truth from fiction. Claims. On the night of August 21st, 1955, 5 adults and 7 children arrived at Hopkinsville Police Station claiming that small alien creatures from a spaceship were attacking their farmhouse, and they had been holding them off with gunfire for nearly 4 hours. 2 adults, Elmer Sutton and Billy Ray Tyler, claimed they had been shooting at 12 to 15 short, dark figures who reportedly popped up at the doorway or peered into windows. Concerned about possible gun battle between local citizens, 4 city police, 5 state troopers, 3 deputy sheriffs, and 4 military police from the nearby U.S. Army Fort Campbell drove to the Sutton's farmhouse, located near the town of Kelly in Christian County. Really quick, just to get off basis, why were there 4 military police readily available? Anyway, back to basis. Their search yielded nothing apart from evidence of gunfire and holes in the window and door screens made by firearms. Residents of the farmhouse included Glennie Lankford, her children Lonnie, Charlton, and Mary. 2 sons from a previous marriage, Elmer Lucky Sutton and John Charlie J.C. Sutton, and their respective wives, Vera and Ellen. Ellen's brother O.P. Barker and Billy Ray Taylor and his wife June. Both the Taylors and Lucky and Vera Sutton were reportedly inadherent carnival workers that were visiting the farmhouse. The next day, the neighbors told the 2 officers that the families had packed up and left after claiming the creatures had returned about 3:30 in the morning. The family's claims received widespread coverage in the local national press. Early articles did not refer to little green men. The color was later added to some newspaper stories. Estimates of the size of the alleged creatures were varied from 2 to 4 feet, and details such as large pointed ears, claw-like hands, eyes that glowed yellow, spindly legs later appeared in various media. Explanations. Psychologists Rodney Schmutz and Scott Lintfield cite that the alleged incidents as an example as pseudoscience and an extraordinary claim to help students develop thinking skills. The Hopkinsville entities are or have a decidedly earthly explanation. The aliens were in fact great horned owls, and the eyewitnesses were probably intoxicated. Yes, intoxicated. Now, we are in Kentucky, so they could have been hitting the moonshine during the alien attack. CSI member and skeptic Joe Nickel notes that the family could have misidentified eagle owls or great horned owls, which are nocturnal, fly silent, have yellow eyes, and aggressively defend their nests. According to Nickel, meteor sightings also occurred at the time that could explain Billy Ray Taylor claimed to see the bright light streak across the sky and disappear behind the tree line some distance from their house. According to author Brian Dunning, there are simply too many similarities between the creatures reported by the family and the aggressive pair of local great horned owls, which do stand about 2/3 of a meter tall. UFOologist Jerome Clark writes that the supposed creatures floated through the trees and the sound of bullets striking them resembled bullets striking metal buckets. Clark describes odd luminous patch along the fence where one of the beings had been shot, and in the woods beyond a green light whose source could not be determined. However, this description is consistent with firefox, a bioluminescent fungus on decaying wood. Clark also wrote that investigations by the police, Air Force officers from nearby Fort Campbell, and civilian ufologists found no evidence of a hoax. However, Brian Dunning reports that the claim that the Air Force investigators showed up the next day at Mrs. Lankford's house has been published a number of times by later authors. But I could find no corroborating evidence of this. Dunning also observes that 4 military police who accompanied police officers that night of the event were from the Army base, not an Air Force base. Some UFOologists compared the alleged creatures to gremlins, which have since been referred to as Hopkinsville goblins. In popular culture, UFOologists Alan Hardley wrote, "This case is distinguished by its duration and also by the number of witnesses involved. Project Blue Book listed the case as a hoax." The Kelly community now celebrates the anniversary of the event on the 3rd weekend of every August with an event called the Kelly Little Green Men Days. According to the book, Comedy Horror Films and Chronological History, 1914 to 2008, by Bruce G. Hollenbeck, the 1986 movie Critters is loosely based on the Kelly Hopkinsville case. The Pokemon Sableye, introduced in Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire, is based on the goblins described in the Kelly Hopkins encounter. In the games, they are animated with swaying or waddling motion based on the creature's reported gait. In the Pathfinder role-playing game, the Hobkins, a type of gremlin from the Bestiary 5 book, is based upon the goblins described in the encounter. Kelly Hopkinsville encounter is the basis of the Annoyance Theater musical It Came from Kentucky in Chicago. Well, I don't know about you, but just thinking about this, there's too many loopholes, 4 military police officers just happen to be on hand. I've never seen a great horned owl, but I'm guessing great horned owls don't travel in packs of 12 to 15 and most certainly don't dodge bullets. You believe what you want. I'm thinking there's a military cover up here, But this was episode 4. Thanks, YouTubers. And keep coming back. I appreciate the support. Have a great night, guys.